What is up, guys? It is your boy SVT Griswold here, coming to you with another video. How you guys been? I'm bringing you a video here mainly for I have allergies. I apologize. A video here for the any 97 through 98 F150 Expedition, Lincoln Navigator, and maybe some 99 02, I believe, or 01, maybe F250s and Excursions that can probably use information from this video. I'm going to be cleaning up this cluster here and taking it apart and removing the film behind, even though this one doesn't have the green film, but I want white LED to glow through the gauges here. So I'm going to show you guys the process and get this thing all cleaned up too. So yeah, so to take off these bolts here, you need a 5.5. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 in the front, and then for the back, if you're gonna change your mileage, well, I'll get to that. You're gonna take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're gonna have to remove some of these right here on top once this comes off. Oh, and before you do anything, what you want to do, especially if you're going to remove the needles like I am, you want to take a video or a picture of your truck at normal running operation and see where all these gauges are. And then for the speedometer, well, I have a SET-X4 programmer, and I also have a drag gauge that I use for drag racing for quarter mile and 0 to 60 time. It also shows the speed. So I have two ways to calibrate this and set the needle. And then for the RPM right here, my SET-X4 also has the RPM option on there. So it shows me the RPM on the X4, and then I can just set it where it needs to be. So just for the record, you will need to take a picture to know where your fuel's at, you know, temperature for the coolant, the battery, and oil. To remove the face here, it's stuck on here with some glue adhesive, so you're gonna have to use like a very thin scraper to get through and peel off this skin. On top of that, you need to loosen these bolts here with a where's my dang screwdriver at? Now to remove this right here, you're gonna have to use a T20 Torx. Just be careful. Take these off. Now for this, it's very dirty. I'm gonna use some Dawn soap. And I might be scratched just because of age, but I have some polishing compound to clean it up. And I don't know, maybe down the road I'll probably get a new one. It looks pretty clean, but it does have swirls and it has a couple spots on it. So I'll probably have to go over it with a little bit of some compound or wax or something to get it cleaned up. Mainly something that I use for headlights. So yeah, but it's clean. So you can see this black trim surround that goes around the cluster. Pretty dirty. So this is something too you want to clean as well. thing. Just want to wipe it down. So now that you get this piece all nice and cleaned up, you can put it to the side. Come back to this over here, and we're gonna take off all these needles here with a fork. And then in the back, I just wanted to let you guys know, be careful with this. If you're having electrical problems with your truck, you want to make sure that all these little silver pins or electrical pins, whatever they are, I don't know their proper name, but you want to make sure all of these are nice and straight and intact. And you don't want to make sure also that none of them are missing. As you can see, for some reason this one's missing one, and these are all they don't seem to be sticking. So you want to make sure that these are intact. I have a spare one of these, so I'm not going to use this backside. I'm going to swap it out. And when you swap it too, you want to make sure that this connector is making a good solid connection as well. Otherwise, you are going to be having problems with your cluster in the future, or you might have some electrical problems where the alternator is not charging because one of these connectors here is not plugged in. I've seen it from another video on YouTube when I was chasing an electrical issue on my truck. So yeah, so now you're gonna just pull this out a little bit like that, and then you're gonna get your fork and just gently try to do this with two hand here, pry up like that, and you just do that for the rest of them. Okay guys, so I took off all the needles, and I usually don't do it, but I just want to be extra tedious because I know some people that are gonna watch are gonna be like, oh, look at what he did, he didn't label them. So I had my auto body tape here, and I labeled each one. These are all the same, but you know, if, like I said, just for entertainment purposes, and I know some of the people that watch are gonna, you know, critique. So they're all the same, but you know, just to, I guess, you know, for the video purposes of it, you know, you want to make sure you put the exact same one. So label them. I will say though that mile-an-hour needle is slightly longer due to this being a little wider. So you want to make sure that you put the mile-an-hour needle right here and your RPM needle right here, because this one is shorter than this one. And then for this right here, you want to be very careful, but you just want to pull up like that to take those off. You have to take those off and be careful. And they just come out like that. Now for this right here, I think I'm gonna just use some glass cleaner. So now you get the face all cleaned up. Next step would be is to carefully pry this, and be careful with the circuit board right here. And that I'm not going to be able to show you, I don't think, because it's very complicated, and you want to be careful because if you pry hard on this, you will crack it. Now to remove the circuit board and all the stepper motors from the actual face here, you need to grab the T10 again and remove every bolt to the stepper motor. There's quite a bit of them. Just keep in mind, before you attempt to remove any of this, remember you want to disconnect the harness that connects right here. Pull these two tabs, and then after that you loosen all the bolts, and it just comes off like that. So you can swap your mileage. As you can see, this cluster has 195,773 miles. Mine has 300 and something thousand. So I gotta use mine off my cluster and just put it back in place. Real easy, not hard. So to remove the actual face off this plastic piece here, you're gonna want to run some warm hot water on the plastic back here, and you want to loosen all this adhesive on there. And then once you feel like you're ready to fry it, you're gonna find the easiest area to fry into, and just do it slowly. Just don't try to fry it all up at once. Just fry it up slowly. So as I mentioned, you just want to get your scraper in there and just start breaking it up. You don't want to fully get it in there. Just break it up all around, and then just you'll slowly break into it to where you can even get further up into the cluster itself. So just as I mentioned, it's off, and some of you guys are going to be, well, why are you taking it off? Well, look, see how it's blue? So if you put a white LED bulb, it's going to shine blue, and I don't want it to shine blue. I want it to be pure white. So what I got to do is remove the tint like you would if there was green tint film on there. Same process. Now there's two ways you can go about it to remove it. As you can see, it's already starting to remove. You can use 320 sandpaper. Some people use different grit, but that's just what I got right now. Or you can use this right here. I would be very careful with this because this can get very aggressive depending on the setting. I was working on another one, not one of these, but one that actually had the whole adhesive all over the gauges, and I was cutting through the glue, and it was very difficult to remove, and then I'm getting more aggressive with the Dremel, and I ended up actually just cutting right through the cluster face itself. I had a rare new image cluster, and now I'm going back to a Navigator cluster, because this is probably the best looking one for a 97, 98 Ford truck or any SUV, Navigator, etc. So yeah, so I'm doing the sandpaper method here with the 320. You just want to sand real light, be gentle with it. Once you start seeing that it's like this, you can use a light, or you can just look up and see that it's already coming off just how you want it. So yeah, after sanding everything down with 320 grit, this is what it looks like. Try to get all the blue markings off. On the red line for the RPM, you can scrape off the red because you still have the red in front, so everything should look brighter when it has the red markings. And this is what it looks like in the sun. Not in the sun, but in the light, as you can see. See how it's not blue anymore, it's white. So this is how I want it to look with super bright white LEDs when I put it back together. So this is what it's gonna look like. And this looks way better, it looks way more modern. I feel like they should have made this cluster white instead of blue or green. So yeah, I'm gonna continue forward, but this shows you how to remove it and how to sand it down, just like how you would if you had green film on it. So yeah guys, we'll see you in the next video. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Looks pretty good, a lot better now. I might have to change the LEDs on the back, and go for something a little brighter to get this area right here, all this area around. So looks good, a lot better than before. I like it. I like how it came out. It's better than the blue or the green tint. So yeah.